I'm speaking with Brandon Baumann, vocalist for California's Diamond Lane. The band's been around for a while and last year released a, I thought, very nicely executed album in Terrorizer. So thanks so much for taking the time to talk with We Love Metal today.
Hey, thanks for having me on. It's good to be here.
All right. Hey, you guys have been at it as a band for about 15 years now and released a handful of albums, I think all of them on your own, independently. Terrorizer is the latest, and I've had a really good time listening to it lately. Can you tell us about the album?
Oh, Terrorizer, that's really fantastic. You know, what caught my ear, you said, been doing it for 15 years. And that's always really funny to me because people say, when did the band start? How did it all work out? When the reality of it, the 2000s was just Jarrett and myself kind of slugging it out as kids, figuring out what the hell we're trying to do, what goals we're trying to achieve, and, amass the skill sets and the knowledge to do that. So I really feel like when we relocated to Los Angeles in 2009, put together the band and put out World Without Heroes in 2011, that was really a pivotal, beginning, so to speak. Sure, we existed as Diamond Lane, but the Diamond Lane you hear and feel today is vastly different.
Yeah, much different, probably a lot more mature than the early days.
Unquestionably. I mean, it's time and experience and wisdom. When you're young, I want to be young forever. But as you get older, you see those kids, that much younger. Imagine yourself there and go, oh, I sure am glad I've learned a lot.
Yeah, kind of along those lines. The band, the image comes across as you guys really have a fun time doing things, hanging out, playing music, of course. But lyrically, your songs are much more serious than that. I don't hear a lot of party-type songs. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I think all we ever want to do with music is extract what's going on in our lives and the things that we've experienced. Sure, we love to have a good time. You got to. It's a prerequisite to get into this position. I mean, without that, where's the spice in life? But, with our music, we take that very seriously. So we want to dig deep and offer a little, personal glimpse, as opposed to just, hey, drink beer and party, party, party. I mean, hey, that's all good and dandy. And, it's kind of a given. But to dig a little deeper and offer up something with substance, that's what we strive for.
Yeah, I found that kind of refreshing because, frankly, I didn't really expect it. So it was nice. I mean, I'm an older guy, too, so... I had my fill of that stuff back in, 15, 20, 30 years ago. So
absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, there's room for everything.
Okay. Talking about Terrorizer still a little bit. I wanted to throw out a couple song names, the ones I've kind of gravitated towards. And if you could talk a little bit about each one. Life to Lose.
Ooh, that's a fun one. That's a great one to play live. We've actually been opening the set the past tour with that one. And, it's just really high energy, high octane, hitting the gas.
Uh-huh. All right. Kiss the Ring.
Ooh, that's a personal favorite. I really love the harmonies on that song. It's just a powerful thing about, binding together and rallying as one.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like, kind of a motivational, kind of almost heroic song.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, when we all come together, it's unstoppable.
Right.
The audience, us, we are one.
Okay. The album opener, The Enemy.
The Enemy. I love that. That was actually, while it sits at the first song on the album, it was the first song written for the album.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in the studio on the first day, standing off in the other room, and I heard Jarrett playing this riff. Let's go in there and poke my head in, and the next thing you know, we're all ebbing and flowing off of it. And, oh, hey, how about adding this? And that just came together very quickly.
Yeah, great song. I imagine you're playing that one live.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, okay. All right, Brandon, tell me about the name of the band. Little different, sort of almost, I hate to say it, like a hair glam kind of name, but your your music isn't like that at all. Quite a bit heavier, more along. I'd say you guys are almost kin to bands like Holy Grail. So
yeah, I can take it. Yeah, those are great dudes, great band, good people. Always enjoyed playing and hanging out with those guys. But, the name Diamond Lane, it just resonated with us among anything else in the early stages of figuring out what to identify ourselves as. No stop signs, hitting the gas going, not looking back, kind of doing your own thing. That always appealed to us.
Mm-hmm.
And it has stuck ever since, so we stand behind it.
Okay, yeah. It's the name you've been associated with for a while, so, yeah, good stuff. Okay. I understand you guys are either in the studio now or were recently.
Well, literally just started today.
Okay.
I'm on a little break here to have a chat with you, but, it's very exciting. We've worked really hard on the batch of songs to narrow it down to the ones that we're going to record for our next full length.
Uh-huh.
So we're fired up to dive in head first and, really raise the bar for ourselves, raise the bar for our fans, and just give them another, product to, enjoy, some music to, accompany their life's journey.
All right. Any prediction on release date? Are we looking at this year or early next?
It'll certainly be done before this year's over.
Uh-huh.
In terms of when, how, and with whom we're going to put that out, we're still figuring that out. And that's, a beautiful position that we're in right now because we know we got a fantastic records on our hands and there's a lot of options and ways that we could go about this. But the important thing is that we can spread this to as many fans as humanly possible and back that up with live performance in new regions across the world.
Sure. All right. Great segue. It's like I set you up almost for it. You guys had a run of the Southwest U.S. Recently. How'd the tour go? Especially your date at Rocklahoma.
What a blast, to get to see a bunch of new territories, meet a bunch of new fans, and present our music for them, and see just overwhelming feedback and reactions and people really getting into it and resonating with the music in places you've never even stepped foot. It's a powerful feeling, and it really motivates us, to want to take it further and work harder so we can, multiply those reactions and, continue to grow the Diamond Lane family. With that in mind, Rocklahoma was a fantastic experience, just being out there with people from around the entire world who had made this their destination to relax, unwind, enjoy. It was really special to be a part of that. We met a whole bevy of fantastic new people, saw a ton of great music, so we're looking forward to coming back and doing that again next year.
Yeah. Wasn't there some weather out there this year?
That's what I hear in Oklahoma.
You guys missed it?
In Oklahoma, they say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. There was definitely an interesting twist in some parts of the weekend, but you got to roll with the punches. Rocklahoma, Soaklahoma, Oklahoma, whatever you want to call it, it's all a good time.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, with the new album coming out, do you currently have any plans for a more extensive North America tour?
That's definitely on the horizon. We're going to take a little break from the studio in August to run up and down the West Coast.
Okay.
And then get back in the mode. It's always fun to take a pause when you're, so hyper-focused on something, just to take a little breather and then come back to it with a, more fresh perspective. So, we're, looking forward to that. And then without a doubt, the goal of this new album is to take it everywhere, stateside, internationally. It's time to bring Diamond Lane to the people so we can rock together as one.
All right. Well, hopefully we can be a little part of that. As a singer for, I imagine, your whole life, how did you gravitate towards the heavier side of music?
It just feels good. Growing up, I listened to a ton of different bands, but, it was always some of the heavy stuff and the bands that were able to emote personality and emotion through that heaviness,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't necessarily have to be pissed off or what have you, but there's something about just that attitude. It's like, wow, we're really capturing lightning in a bottle, so to speak. So to explore those, territories of singing and places with my voice, it's always been a fun adventure. And always continuing to explore and challenge the boundaries.
All right. Have you had any professional, official training vocally?
Absolutely. Still do to this day. Yeah, without a doubt. I got a fantastic coach, Mark Baxter.
Mm-hmm.
He's out in Boston, and I'm lucky enough that he travels to Los Angeles a couple times a month, so we're able to link up and continue to grow. Be a student of the game. That's what I say. There's always something new to learn. There's always some way that you can improve.
Sure. Okay. And as the band is progressing towards this new album, you said it was your first day in the studio, but how are the dynamics of the band? Are you guys really starting to gel a lot more? I think you had some newer members come in sort of recently.
Yeah, we linked up with Dave Van Diggity the year before Terrorizer came. The year before we recorded Terrorizer,
right?
And then that was super charge of motivation for when and how and why we did that particular record. Now we're entering with fresh scope. We got Jarrett Reese and Ian McLaren ripping up the guitars, so it's going to be very exciting. We're all really on the same page. We demoed about 25 songs and narrowed it down to the ones that we want to put on the record. And surprisingly enough, the vast majority of everything, really lined up, and we feel like we're synced up with this one, and we're ready to just knock it out of the park.
All right, yeah. So no big fights about no, this song needs to go on, that one needs to be out.
No. We're all about serving the album, serve the song, get your ego out of the room, and do something for the machine.
All right, and you guys are all located geographically in the same place.
Correct.
Okay. So, I talked to quite a few artists who are sending, files back and forth trying to get the album together. So do you try to record more live in the studio or?
Yeah, sending the tracks back and forth, that's tough because, the important thing for us when we're recording an album is we want to capture that emotion.
Sure.
We want to capture something honest and something real, and it's easy to get stuck in the digital game where you're just stacking and stacking and stacking, and next thing you know, you've sucked the life out of it. So, to have an opportunity to really play the songs together, feel it out, get a natural caption and snapshot of what we're creating, that's really the essence that we've been going for, and I'm very excited to see how it comes across with these new batch of tunes.
All right. Well, so am I. Looking forward to it. All right, Brandon, final question from me.
All righty.
Our website is called We Love Metal. Why do you love metal?
Woo! How could you not? It's the lifeblood. It's something that resonates deep in your bones, and it's something that you can feel. When you're listening to a piece of music that you can connect with, it's larger than you. It's larger than what you're hearing. It's about a community of like-minded individuals who find a daily dose of escapism, fantasy, love, reality wrapped up into music.
Yeah, it's got it all. All right. Okay, well, hey, thanks for taking the time to talk with We Love Metal today. To all the fans out there, be sure to check out some traditional style metal from Diamond Lane. That includes their last album, and I'm sure their upcoming album. There's no proposed name yet for it, is there?
Oh, no, unfortunately, no. We got a few things boiling, but it's a little premature.
All right, but yeah, be sure to check them out, and thanks again, Brandon, for taking the time.
My total pleasure. Keep it rocking, brother. Thanks for having me on the show.